Little product review this evening. If you follow my channel, you'll have seen a couple of reviews already on the Chamberlain's leather milk products. I'll explain why this is one of three. I thought I'd split the video or the review into three sections because some things won't be of interest to all viewers. So I've already done a couple of videos on boot care and upholstery, so a leather armchair that I rejuvenated using these products. And the final product I'm going to look at is this Chamberlain's Leather Milk Healing Balm. Different from the others, it's not a liquid, it is a wax or sort of a solid conditioner, if you want to look at it like that. And this is specifically for sort of damaged and particularly dry leather, sort of smaller patches, just to sort of bring it back to life, deal with any sort of scuffs, scrapes, and sort of is a healing balm as they describe it. So what I'm going to try this out on is a Barbour leather briefcase that I've had for many years. I'll do some close-up photos because actually in the viewfinder there it's looking sort of much more brown than it actually is, but this is probably about 10 years old. I used it daily, walking to work for probably at least five or six of those 10 years until I got my bicycle and started cycling to work. It is very dry, it has had some care over its life, but it's very dry, scraped, bashed around on the front here, on the sides, but if you flip it over and look at what it can look like, that side's been protected from the elements, protected from the sunlight, and constantly polished as it rubbed against my leg as I walked to work. So I'm wondering if I can get the front panel back to this lustrous, sort of deeper brown, away from this faded, dry, scraped, bashed, almost sort of sun-bleached leather that you find at the front. So, as with all Chamberlain's products, this is really very kind to the hands, completely non-toxic, all natural products. So I'm going to apply this with my hand. It's got a nice coconutty scent to it. So what I'll do is I'll just adjust the camera angle so you can see me starting to work that in. Once it's soaked in a little bit, I'll buff it off with this microfiber cloth and we'll see if it's had the desired effect. Okay, let's get in some close-ups. So, you can see how scuffed, faded and damaged this is. I'll start working this in by hand. Once it's soaked in, we'll buff it off and we'll take it from there. So the healing balm's soaked in for around 10 minutes now. That was quite generous, but most of it's gone in. This pretty thirsty leather, as you can tell by how dry and pale it looks, and that will really come through when we do some comparison shots in a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take off any excess with this microfiber cloth and then buff it down. So I've taken off the excess, I've started to give it a buff down. It's starting to pick up a nice shine. I'm not sure if I can get it to a high shine, but it really is looking so much better. There's no visible scarring or minimal visible scarring. Scrapes have been massively reduced and it's back to its sort of supple, healthy looking finish. If we just move the bag over here, you can actually see what that started out looking like. Really faded, noticeably dry to the touch. It really needing some care, and that is now with one very quick application. Not an awful lot of care in doing it. Looking a heck of a lot better. Okay, well we'll come out and we'll wrap it up. We've seen the first treatment on this bag. I've only applied it to this top portion, so I can still see the difference in coloration, as I showed you on the close-up. Massive difference there. This bag really has needed a little bit of love, and that sort of coloration isn't that different to how this top flap was. Very, very dry, and definitely needs some care. But this has brought it back to life pretty easily. It was a bit thirstier than I thought it would be, but still only a very small amount of product used. I think typically you'd expect to use that on smaller portions of a bag, or a product, or boots, or whatever it might be. But certainly something which can bring back that sort of cared for look, deal with any sort of significant damage, scrapes and such like. Really, really kind to the hands, very nice, no problems at all there. And yeah, I think that's pretty much convinced me that could deal with pretty much anything. So I think that could do a little bit more buffing. I'd like to put a bit of a shine on there, but yeah, looks great, doesn't it? Okay, just a little bit on this bag. As I said at the beginning of the video, it's about 10 years old, 6 years sort of very, very frequent use. I always wanted to do a review of this, but by the time I really got into YouTube, it was kind of past the best, and it didn't feel quite fair to show a bag which had already had quite a lot of life. At the moment, it needs a repair on the back. It's torn where the fabric liner meets the leather there. But apart from that, it's still in really good condition, and it's been a great bag over the years. A couple of £100 I think when I bought it, but I think it's done its time, and it still looks really nice, and with a bit of leather care, it can still look great. But I don't think I'll probably do a review on this. I wish I'd done it years ago, but there you go. Okay, well, that pretty much brings us to the end of the video. If you haven't seen the previous videos on these products and you're interested in them, please check back. Boots and upholstery have already been covered, and this is the third and final instalment. Really nice products, really good, natural, kind to your skin, just generally sort of very, very good at what they're intended to do. If you haven't seen my channel before, please check it out. We might share some other common interests, obviously quality footwear, leather goods, denim, everyday carry, fountain pens, pen knives, coffee, guitar, cycling. Yeah, as I say, check it out. There might be some stuff of interest on there to you. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Of course, subscribe, and I'll see you for the next video. Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.